We're back again. How about that? The Predator. This is an exciting one because this is the first time MAPEX has ever used copper as a material for snare drums in the Black Panther line. So this is a really exciting one. You need to subscribe. I just hit it down at the bottom there. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Now copper is a very different type of metal. It is reminiscent of a lot of the brass idea with a lot of musical tones. A little bit darker though. It's a 1.2 millimeter seamed copper shell. It is pretty unique. So you're probably wondering, what does that mean? What does that actually mean when you say seamed copper shell? So basically it's a sheet of copper and they roll it into the shape and then they arc weld it in 2 points and then buff it so you can't tell where the actual seam is. Believe it or not, it's very hard to tell unless you flip the drum over and you see the internal side of it and you'll see the 2 lines where the arc weld were. The other thing that sets this apart is the depth too. It's a 14 by 6, and usually when you're seeing copper snares, usually a 5.5 in the other brands. So this is a little bit different, giving you a little bit more body, giving you a little bit more tone, a little bit more material to vibrate, which is what gives us our sound. What they're doing with the Black Panther series, with most of the snares, are doing the Sonic Saver hoops. And on this one, it is shipping with an Ambassador X, which is a single ply Remo head that's a little bit thicker to give it a little bit more body and durability. So for this video, I'm actually going to change this head out, and I'm going to use the Remo controlled sound head. That's my go-to for all of my snare drums. It's just a little bit of a different idea, so you'll hear that in the video. Something a little bit different in this one as well, and that is it's got the 4 ports on the quadrants of the snare. And the idea about that is to bring the overall ringiness that you get from a metal snare and kind of tone it down and give the drum a little bit more tone rather than that sheer volume of vibrating metal that you run into. All right, so there's a lot of things to consider when you're using a snare drum like this. The biggest thing that I find is you need to have options for your mutes in order to dial in the tone that you want. So I'm going to do a couple of demonstrations with the types of brands that I find work the best, and we'll go from there. Wow, hey, that was pretty crazy. There's so many options you can do with this drum. It's incredibly versatile. As you can tell with the tone you can get with the different types of mutes, it can literally do anything you want. So Predator, fantastic drum. MAPEX, doing it every time. Thanks for checking it out. My name's Jeff Towers. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you soon.